Everyone, welcome to this video on technical round questions for Scrum Masters or Program Managers. This video is part of the 10 video series Software Project Manager Interview Questions. This section will guide you through 10 fundamental technical questions often encountered in project management interviews, along with detailed explanations. Question 1. How do you leverage cloud technologies in your projects? This could be your response. In my previous role, we transitioned several services to the cloud. My goal was to manage this transition effectively and maximize the benefits of cloud technologies. I developed a migration strategy to minimize disruption, coordinated training for my team on cloud management, and optimized the use of cloud resources. This approach led to enhanced scalability, cost efficiency, and a 40% improvement in system reliability. What's the interviewer looking for? Cloud platform experience. Mention platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. Migration strategies. Demonstrate an understanding of moving services to the cloud. Optimization skills. Talk about cost and resource optimization in the cloud. Be sure to include keywords such as cloud migration, scalability, cost efficiency, reliability, and cloud management. Some variations to this question would be: how have you used cloud computing to improve project outcomes? What challenges have you faced during a cloud transition? Let's move on to question 2. Can you describe your approach to software architecture in project management? This could be your answer. On a recent project, we needed a scalable and robust software architecture. My job was to ensure architecture met current and future project needs. I collaborated with architects to review design principles, emphasizing modularity and scalability. We also incorporated stakeholder feedback to refine the architecture. This led to a resilient, maintainable architecture that easily integrated new features. What's the interviewer looking for in this question? Collaboration. Highlight working closely with architects and stakeholders. Focus. Discuss scalability, modularity, and alignment with long-term goals. Problem solving. Explain how you address challenges during architectural design. Include keywords like scalable architecture, modularity, stakeholder alignment, and design principles. Possible variations might include: how do you ensure that software architecture supports future requirements? What is your role in defining software architecture? Next question. Describe your experience with implementing DevOps in your projects. This could be your answer. In my last role, I was tasked with integrating DevOps practices into our development process. The aim was to streamline development and operations for faster, more reliable releases. I led the adoption of CI/CD pipelines, automated testing, and infrastructure as code. I also promoted cross-functional team collaboration. This reduced deployment time by 50% and significantly cut deployment-related issues. What's the interviewer looking for? Proficiency. Mention skills in CI/CD pipelines, automation, and team collaboration. Results. Share measurable improvements like faster deployments. Understanding. Highlight knowledge of infrastructure as code and agile methods. Use keywords such as CI/CD pipelines, DevOps practices, automation, and cross-functional teams. Variations of this question could include: what DevOps tools and practices have you used? How do you handle resistance to adopting DevOps? Next question. How do you manage and plan software releases? This could be your answer. Managing software releases was critical in my last project. My goal was to plan and execute releases efficiently while minimizing risks. I implemented a release calendar, conducted risk assessments, and planned rollback strategies. I also coordinated regularly with stakeholders to ensure smooth rollouts. We achieved a 95% on-time release rate with minimal post-release issues. What's the interviewer looking for? Effective planning. Showcase your ability to plan and assess risks. Coordination. Highlight communication with stakeholders. Deadline management. Stress managing tight schedules effectively. Key terms to include are release calendar, risk assessment, stakeholder coordination, and release strategies. Variations of this question might include: how do you ensure smooth software releases? Describe a challenging release and how you handled it. Moving on to the next question. Can you discuss your approach to choosing a technology stack for a project? This could be your answer. For a startup project, choosing the right tech stack was a crucial decision. I had to select a stack that was scalable, cost-effective, and matched the team's skill set. I analyzed project requirements, consulted technical leads, and chose a stack that balanced immediate needs with future growth potential. This choice enabled efficient development and flexibility for future technological advancements. What's the interviewer looking for? Balanced decision making. Demonstrate a focus on scalability, skills, and needs. Strategic thinking. Explain how you consider future-proofing in your decisions. Include keywords like scalable technology, team skill set, future-proofing, and project requirements. Variations to this question might include: what factors influence your decision on a tech stack? Share an example where a tech stack decision impacted project success. Moving on to the next question. How do you manage technical debt in your projects? Here's an example response. During a software upgrade project, we accumulated significant technical debt. My goal was to manage and reduce this debt while keeping the project on track. I prioritized the debt items based on impact, integrated their resolution into our sprints, and implemented stricter coding standards to prevent future debt. This approach reduced technical debt by 60%, leading to a better system performance and maintainability. What's the interviewer looking for? Prioritization strategies. Show how you identify and address the most critical debt first. Integration. Emphasize incorporating debt resolution into regular workflows. Prevention. Highlight steps you take to avoid future debt, such as coding standards. Make sure to include keywords like technical debt prioritization, sprint integration, coding standards, and maintainability. Variations to this question may include: how do you balance technical debt with future development? Describe a time technical debt caused issues and how you addressed it. Moving to the next question. Describe your approach to ensure quality assurance in your projects. Here's an example answer. Quality assurance was critical in a complex e-commerce project I led. I needed to maintain high quality throughout the development process. I implemented automated testing, continuous integration, and regular code reviews. Additionally, we conducted user acceptance testing to gather feedback. This resulted in significantly fewer post-launch bugs and high customer satisfaction with the product quality. What's the interviewer looking for? QA process. Highlight QA strategies like automated testing and code reviews. User feedback. Demonstrate how user feedback plays into quality improvement. Keywords to include are automated testing, user testing, continuous integration, and code reviews. Variations to this question may include: what QA strategies do you employ in Agile projects? How do you prevent defects in the development process? Moving on to the next question. What is your experience with managing SaaS application projects? Here's an example answer. I manage the development of SaaS application for a finance company. My objective was to deliver the project on time while following SaaS best practices. I focused on modular design, multi-tenancy, and scalable infrastructure. We also planned regular updates and feature rollouts based on user feedback. The application was launched successfully with a scalable model, leading to a 30% increase in client acquisition within the first year. What's the interviewer looking for? SaaS expertise. Talk about best practices like modularity and multi-tenancy. User feedback handling. Show how you incorporate feedback for iterative improvements. Include keywords such as SaaS best practices, modular design, multi-tenancy, and scalable infrastructure. Variations of this question could include: how do you handle scalability challenges in SaaS projects? What factors do you consider when developing SaaS applications? Moving on to the next question. How do you integrate user feedback into your technology projects? Here's an example response. In a recent project, we needed to adapt quickly to user feedback. My goal was to integrate this feedback effectively into the development cycle. I set up a system for collecting and analyzing user feedback, and we held regular review meetings with the team to prioritize actions. This approach improved the product rapidly, leading to higher user satisfaction and increased retention rates. What's the interviewer looking for? Feedback process. Talk about how you collect and analyze feedback. Team collaboration. Highlight how you prioritize and implement changes. Keywords to include are user feedback analysis, prioritization, product improvement, and user satisfaction. Variations of this question might include: how do you balance user feedback with business goals? Share an example where user feedback significantly impacted a project. Moving on to the last question. How do you approach security in your software projects? Here's an example answer. Security was a major focus for a fintech project I managed. My objective was to ensure top-notch security throughout the software lifecycle. I enforced secure design principles from the start, conducted regular security audits and penetration testing, and ensured compliance checks were in place. These efforts resulted in zero major security incidents post-launch. What's the interviewer looking for? Proactive security planning and compliance. Show your understanding of planning and compliance, audits, and penetration testing. Share your experience with identifying vulnerabilities. Security integration throughout development. Explain how security is considered at all stages. Include keywords like security audits, penetration testing, compliance, and security design principles. Variations of this question might include: what is your experience with managing security for sensitive data? How do you ensure security during rapid development cycles?